The terms liberal and libertarian are often confused, but they represent distinct political philosophies. Both emphasize individual rights, but they differ in their views on the role of government, economic policy, and personal freedoms. Liberals generally believe that the government should play an active role in addressing social and economic issues, while libertarians advocate for minimal government interference in both personal and economic matters. Understanding these differences helps clarify the values and priorities of each perspective. A liberal is someone who believes that the government should take an active role in promoting social justice, economic equality, and public welfare. Liberals often support government programs that provide healthcare, education, and financial assistance to those in need. They also tend to favour regulations that protect consumers, workers, and the environment. The core belief of liberalism is that government intervention can help create a fairer society by reducing economic and social inequalities while ensuring that individuals have opportunities to succeed. A clear example of liberal policies is the creation of government-funded social programs. For instance, a government providing financial assistance to low-income families for healthcare and education aligns with liberal values. By ensuring that everyone has access to basic necessities, liberals believe that society as a whole benefits. Another example is environmental regulations that limit pollution from businesses. Liberals argue that such policies protect public health and future generations, even if they impose restrictions on companies. These examples highlight the belief that government action is necessary to address social and economic challenges. A libertarian is someone who believes in individual freedom and minimal government involvement in both personal and economic matters. Libertarians argue that people should have the right to make their own choices without government interference, as long as they do not harm others. They generally oppose government regulations, taxation, and public welfare programs, believing that free markets and personal responsibility lead to the best outcomes. Libertarians also advocate for strong personal freedoms, such as freedom of speech and privacy, while opposing government-imposed restrictions on individual behaviour. A common example of libertarian beliefs is opposition to government regulations in the economy. For instance, libertarians argue that businesses should be free to operate without government-imposed minimum wages or environmental restrictions, believing that market competition will naturally lead to fair wages and sustainable practices. Another example is the belief in personal choice, such as opposing laws that restrict non-harmful personal behaviours. Libertarians argue that individuals, rather than the government, should be responsible for making their own decisions, emphasising personal responsibility over government oversight.